Would you call the meeting to order, please?
The meeting for September 21st, 2010 is now called to order. Bill Hartman.
Here.
Lucino. Here. Myers.
Mr. Newers extends his apologies. He's out of town on business this month.
Got you.
Good. Councilwoman Mendocino, would you lead us in the pledge, please?
Sure. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Deputy Supervisor Villanova.
Heavenly Father, bless this assemblage. Grant us the wisdom to make our every decision fair-minded and in the best interest for all its residents.
Okay, we have a relatively light agenda this evening, so I'm hoping we can power through. I know I wasn't here last month, and I think the meeting got completed in record time. So we'll see if we can
break the record.
We can do the same thing. Any comments on the meeting minutes from the last meeting?
Nope. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the minutes as read.
Second.
Aye.
Bill Clark.
Aye.
Mendocino. Myers. Villanova. Hartman.
Yes.
No, I'll just abstain since I wasn't here. Okay, Hope, you want to give us your reports?
The total share submitted to the supervisor from the town clerk's office for the month of August, $1,930.50, and for August of 2009, $1,464.99. Tax collections for the month of August 2010, deposited to the supervisor, $378,655.32. Deposited to the treasurer of the village of Portchester, $121,287.07. Deposited to the treasurer of the village of Rydberg, $34,417.90. Total of $534,360.29. Usually Mr. Nowotnik.
Well, you go ahead, and we're never going to power through if we leave it to him.
Well, I don't think he didn't submit it.
Okay. All right, so we'll get that from when he comes back. Wonderful. Yeah, can we get comments? Any comments from the public? We're right in the beginning, Joan. We like to want to give our citizens a real voice early in the meeting. Wonderful.
My name is Joan DeBono, and I live at 25 Summit Avenue in Portchester. I'm just going to read this little paragraph, if you don't mind.
Please.
Joan, do you want to just put the mic down?
Oh.
He's coming to help you.
Tom, yep. Thank you.
Okay?
Hold on.
Thank you, Tom. I think I need some direction from someone in the town of Rye. And I'll just read this, and maybe it's self-explanatory. I now pay an additional $4,635.45 per year for school taxes. I just got my bill. And why? Because I'm classified now as classified, my house. And that's commercial property. And that's not the issue. I understand everything after over 3 families is going to be deemed commercial. Well, on Summit Avenue, I am the only house that is deemed commercial. And there are other properties there, and the numbers are number 19, number 31, and number 34. Now, I foiled Mr. Markowitz, the Raleigh Town Assessor's Office, and he sent me to the building department in Portchester. That was via Hope. He had Hope tell me to go to my Portchester building department. And the building department sent me to code enforcement. I wrote to code enforcement, no help. I then met with the mayor in the supermarket and told him about my issue. He referred me to Dan Gray, of the new head of the building department. Mr. Gray referred me to Attorney Soretto. And yeah, really, it's sad. It really is sad. And then Tony Soretto suggested that we speak to Mr. Markowitz. He was willing to come with me, incidentally, if I had set up a meeting. So I need some suggestions on what to do, because I'm not going to be the only house deemed commercial when there are next door, up the street, and across the street.
Mr. Markowitz, just want to come up and so let's what we...
Just tell me what to do.
No, yes, sure. Let's try and resolve this once and for all.
Do I have to move?
No. Legal use is determined by the village building departments, very simply. Okay, we record uses as we know of them. All right, the inventories, as everybody in this room is well aware of, in some cases date back many years. Code enforcement is a responsibility of the villages. We have not been in these houses in many years. So,
just to be clear, so did you double check on these properties, and you know we haven't been in these houses for a number of years?
To be perfectly clear, not tonight.
Oh,
I did
okay.
not check.
Not prior. Okay.
Okay. I didn't know this.
So what should I do?
Well, no, okay. Well, so okay. What I want, I think, can you first of all check our information? We always want to update our inventory.
Always check our information.
Secondly, then, Joe, what happens is as I'm understanding it, and Town Attorney Noto, you let us know if I'm understanding correctly as well, is that we can only take data given to us by the village. And I guess the data and the number of families in there is supplied by the building department and I guess whatever code enforcement they do. Now, is that correct?
That's correct. What they do is they do all of the enforcement of buildings, zoning, and health codes.
So what we can do is it's online, and we can share with you the information that we have. That's open to the public. Any citizen has the right to go onto our online database or into our offices and pull the records on 19, 31, and 34, and we can facilitate that. Then obviously what you need to do is go to the village. But this is the way that I can't change the laws.
No, I know.
So that if you are of the view that these particular properties are indeed multifamily dwellings and they're only listed on our records as single-family dwellings or only two-family dwellings, then you should go, and I think this is a rampant issue in Portchester. Mm-hmm. They have a newly reinforced and strengthened code enforcement department, and I would suggest you, unfortunately, there's nothing we can do, but I'd go to the village meetings and insist that they inspect these properties. Now, we don't have any right to access to those properties if there's a sale. So what I'm understanding is the legal definition of those properties is the responsibility of the village of Portchester. I mean, I'm sorry for your
I've been there, and
but they've got. Mr. Noto, do you have any suggestions, thoughts?
If the Village of Portchester Building Department doesn't know what the use of the property is, then maybe we have a bigger problem than just your house. I would suggest that we circle back to them, and maybe, Mitchell, you can send them a letter saying to them that we have this problem and we need a proper classification. It may be, in fact, it is partially commercial. I don't know. Maybe a mixed use. Is that,
we can ask them their definition.
But we only get
the proper use.
From all the villages, not just them, what the classifications are. We don't make that decision.
I absent-mindedly didn't bring the name of the gentleman who I found in my driveway who started all this. He's from a appraisal company
Probably
in
from
Massachusetts.
Yeah, from Vision.
And I was the only card he had, and he's
doing his job, which
Correct.
is to help us
I know.
Update the assessments.
On commercial property.
But he said, while
He's
he's
doing
been
physical
walking
inspections
around,
commercial.
the number of multiple dwellings he just did by eye is astronomical, and he has no card.
All right. Well,
the one thing that's coming out to me, Joan, is that you're not complaining about paying your taxes.
No.
You're more than willing to pay your fair share.
I already paid.
As long as everybody else is paying their fair
Absolutely
share.
right.
So that's what's important. So I think we need to realize that we have a taxpayer that's not complaining about her taxes, but she wants it to be fair all around. So these properties, 19, 31, and 34. Those are the ones that you've eyeballed.
That I know of, yeah.
There very well may be more. And
Possibly.
I agree with Attorney Noto that we need to communicate with the village.
That's a wonderful suggestion, and we should do everything in our power to support the Village of Portchester's code enforcement.